My name is Cooper Nichols. I go to Valley View High School. Today I'll be talking about the effects NIL money has had on college sports and student athletes today. These are my notes. So, NIL money was introduced on July 1st, 2021, and it stands for Name, Image, and Likeness. NIL money basically grants the ability for student athletes to get paid from the sport they play. I think NIL money was introduced pretty late, and I think it already should have been in college sports. I think players should have been making money before NIL money. Before NIL money was introduced, if players were getting paid by coaches or universities or whatever, it'd result in either fines or suspension, some form of punishment. So, NIL money can have an effect on us as college students or just fans of the certain college sport in general. NIL money plays a big part in the transfer portal with players leaving in and out of different universities and institutions to go play somewhere else. And that is one of the biggest flaws about NIL money that most people who are against it bring up, is that it's ruined the transfer portal. The transfer portal was introduced, I think, in like 2019, and it's basically just a database that keeps up with players' recruitment and where they're going. If they're going to a different school, they do it through the transfer portal. But for the longest time, recruiting and the transfer portal were all kind of based on the culture that a team brings to new players and just bonding and different stuff like that. But now that money plays a part, student athletes will leave certain universities or schools to go play somewhere else if they're getting paid more, which I agree will be probably the worst flaw with NIL money being introduced 5 years ago. Other than that, though, I believe that it does have its really good effects on college athletes and college sports today. NIL money provides financial empowerment and fairness, entrepreneurship, growth and skill building, and real world security and future security. So basically, with NIL money providing financial empowerment and fairness, it's basically giving college athletes the ability to earn off what they should have been earning already, which is playing their sport. Student athletes, they work 60 hours a week combined when you factor in their sport and school combined. And the average American citizen works 40 hours a week. So college athletes are putting 20 extra hours of grind into every week just because they're playing another sport. When you're playing a sport for a college, it's a lot more serious than just high school. There's waking up early, eating a certain way, going to bed early, practices every day, different times of the day, and then you got to balance all of that with schoolwork. So I believe that getting paid for this should be totally fine. And the fact that college athletes put in 20 more hours a week than the average American citizen should be the baseline of why everybody should think that NIL money should be kept in college sports. With this financial empowerment and fairness, it also helps players from low-income backgrounds. If a recruit's going to, say, play football for Alabama, and they're really good, if they come from maybe somewhere poverty-stricken, if they make money off playing football, they're setting up their family. They're helping themselves out, their families out, everyone out. So that's a really good thing to have. Even if they don't go pro, they still made money in college and got an education. So they got paid, they got their education, and they made money to help their family out. With NIL money providing entrepreneurship, growth, and skill building, the entrepreneurship really promotes brand development, whether that be college athletes starting their own businesses or brands or whatever like that. Um, it really promotes it because it gives college athletes the ability. It gives college athletes the ability to, when they get the money to start out with, um, even if it's just a little bit or just enough to start their own brand or do something on the side with this money that they're making after they put aside all the important funds. I think it's good. I think it's good to have your own side thing, um, especially a brand like that, and they'll make even more money off it. So, yeah. It also, I mean, it builds networking and partnership skills. When you're making that money, you're going to meet new people and just create kind of a business network like a web and keep these people long term uh, if you ever need them. And NIL money with real world experience and future security, it provides hand on professional experience. Um, it also creates financial stability before a pro career, and it builds career paths beyond sports, athletics. Like I was saying earlier, it builds a career path beyond athletics. Even if they do go pro or don't want to go pro, a college athlete is still given the ability to put money towards their career path that maybe they want to take up instead of playing their sport, because they were granted the opportunity to do this with the money that they made from playing their sport. I just think that's kind of good, and that's like a really big factor of NIL money, as well as it grants a lot of opportunities. So to recap, NIL money provides financial empowerment and fairness. It provides entrepreneurship, growth, and skill building. It provides real world experience and future security. Yeah, so I think NIL money has had a great impact on college sports today, and the positives really outweigh the negatives when you look at it. Thank you for listening. That was my speech.